Barbies Body and Other Dolly Considerations by Megan J. Meehan. As a journalist and an aspiring designer of toys and games, I have had the opportunity to work in the realm of the toy and game industry for several years. I frequently review toys, write about new releases, and interview people associated with the toy industry. It is no secret that toys can have a hugely beneficial effect on children, including instilling some very important cognitive properties in young minds. However, sometimes toys can also be the source of controversy, even when it comes to household name brands like Barbie. Even if you do not have children, you have likely heard of Barbie. Released in 1959, Barbie made toy manufacturer Mattel one of the most successful toy companies in history. A tall, slender, and undeniably beautiful doll, Barbie was originally based on a German doll, which was intended as a gagged or novelty gift for adults, named Lily. Despite initial doubts, since most dolls at that time were modeled after babies, Barbie was a huge success and launched the genre of fashion dolls as we know them today. Although portrayed as wholesome and kind, Barbie has not been without controversy. The biggest problem that critics cite regarding the doll is her body shape, which is impossibly proportioned. Essentially, if Barbie was a human being, she would look more alien than human. Artist renderings comparing her size to the body of an average 19-year-old show that Barbie is portrayed as unrealistically tall and slender, to the point that, if she was human, she would probably have some serious health problems due to her extremely tiny ribcage. While Barbie is only a doll, there have been growing concerns about the way her portrayal can affect young girls' body perceptions. In recent years, there has been a sharp increase in the number of young women who suffer from eating disorders. Even the fashion industry has considered sanctioning models and insisting that they stay above a certain weight limit to go on the runway. In 2016, Mattel responded to these complaints about Barbie by releasing the Barbie Fashionistas series, which contains dolls that have more realistic body types, namely tall, petite, and curvy. The line has been successful and has still stayed true to Mattel's vision for Barbie, which has always been to empower young women, hence their penchant for giving Barbie a range of hobbies, interests, and careers. Needless to say, Barbie dolls have had a long and interesting history. Both celebrated and vilified, the dolls have come to reflect society's beauty standards, challenge the role of women in the workforce, and, in recent years, celebrate differences in diversity. Hence, for my lesson plan, I would like students to consider a product from Mattel's Barbie line and discuss how that doll or item emulates a stereotype, explain the harmful effects of that stereotype, and what can be done to alter that stereotype. For example, if you were to select the classic Barbie, discuss how her initial look promoted the skinny equals sexy stereotype, explain why that perception is dangerous, and then design and share a more realistically sized character that you would like to see incorporated into the line. As students create their project, they were asked to adhere to the following 4 considerations and instructions. Critical. To what extent does the Barbie item you selected represent a certain identity, gender, or culture? How do you feel about that representation and why? What do you think could be problematic about how that item is perceived? More importantly, what do you think could be done to make that item and the message it conveys more positive? In other words, how would you flip the switch on the product or character and turn it into something new, unique, and non-stereotypical? Digital. Consider how your idea for a new non-stereotypical Barbie product could be advertised and shared online. Do research to ensure it does not exist, then state what your innovative idea is and why you think it would be a beneficial addition to the franchise. Then post your idea online and see what kind of feedback you get. Based on that feedback, consider altering your concept. You should keep a log of any changes you make due to feedback. Production. Create a rendering of your idea for a non-stereotypical item and add to the line an advertisement to go along with it. Then observe, what did people think of your fleshed out idea for a non-stereotypical item? What sort of feedback did you get on your final product and concept, and did it surprise you in any way? Practices. To further engage in a social literacy practice that extends beyond school systems, email Mattel and pitch your idea to them. Like many toy companies, Mattel often welcomes consumer suggestions and feedback and might very well respond. At the end of the project, write a reflection about your experiences and the impact of the feedback that you received. Essentially, at the end of this project, I want students to know how to recognize commonplace social stereotypes and have the ability to suggest ways in which these stereotypes can be altered into something positive. Be able to produce, via guided activities such as those listed above, a project that aptly describes the potential stereotypes associated with a particular toy from the Barbie brand and useful suggestions for how to turn the controversy into something positive. By the end of the assignment, if each student has created a compelling argument related to a controversial item and successfully supports and defends their beliefs about its problems and their suggestions for altering them, then I will know that they have learned how to grasp both the knowledge and the ability to understand and use the information provided in this lesson's content. In short, via this lesson, I am attempting to increase students' awareness of stereotypes and how they are projected in pop culture and, with a little push from activists, overturned. By accomplishing this goal, students will learn how to further recognize stereotypes in brands and/or media and offer useful and creative solutions to combat these harmful depictions by altering them or crafting an entirely new character, playset, or similar toy. After all, it is suggestions, not merely complaints, that ultimately lead to breakthroughs and innovations. Thank you.